Guys, what's up? It's AB Trades here, and we're going to be doing our daily watch list video where we talk about the top stocks to watch out for tomorrow. It's already getting late, and this video will be published late, so I want to make sure I do it super quick. So, if you haven't been to this channel, I'm AB Trades. I teach people how to day trade options, and let's get into it. We always start off with SPY being the S&P 500. If we go here, today was definitely a day of consolidation, and we identified that early in the morning, seeing that we're going to have a lot of consolidation, so we just step back and we watch the market do its thing. We're kind of putting in a doji inverted hammer, whatever you want to call it, right here near this resistance. So something that we're going to watch out for is a possible reversal here down on SPY. So if we can get up into this range, it will show strength because today showed some weakness in the market or some indecisiveness near this resistance level. So if we get up higher, then we'll be showing, hey, we're actually might be strong here. But again, this is a super strong level of resistance. We have this doji here that we formed today. More likely than not, we're expecting a pullback down. If we want to currently see what ES is doing or the futures of it, you can see that it's already trading down a bit. So we can see that SPY is actually making that way down. So again, we have an assumption for the downside looking to target 275 in the near future or the next 2 days by Friday. If we go over for the FANG stocks real quick, starting with Facebook here. If we look at Facebook, we put in a second indecisive candle here at this high. So what I would be expecting here on Facebook is a continuation to the downside. We gapped up. We still have a gap to fill here. And we have indecisiveness, meaning that bulls can't take this higher. So I would watch for the breakdown on Facebook with a breakdown on SPY as well. So looking here at Amazon, we're starting to finally push above the 1600 level. Our first resistance is going to come into play here around the 1700 level, but we put in this indecisive candle here where we have the top of resistance. So if SPY starts to sell off, I would expect to sell off in Amazon as well. Next A in the FANGs is going to be Apple, which definitely pushed up high today and then pulled back. Again, this is just a weak candle as well. Now getting into this resistance point. So I'm not saying, don't hear me wrong, I'm not saying tomorrow can't be green. It can. But my bias, my opinion right now is for SPY to be red. And if SPY is red, since Apple makes up 2% of that, we're looking for Apple to be red as well. Looking at Netflix also here, we definitely hit that resistance point that we talked about yesterday. We said yesterday we have a trend line and resistance lines here at 360. So what's going to happen is we're going to come up and we're going to break through or we're going to get that rejection. We ended up getting that rejection here on Netflix. So now we're going to be trading all the way back down to 342. So eventually watch that drop down on Netflix down to 342, which will help SPY's drop even further. Let's quickly cover the stocks that people wanted to get covered today. So we look here, we have CVS, BA, NVIDIA. So CVS, looking here, we're dropping lower, we're starting to pick up. Our first support zone to come into retest is around $60. So we can totally be green here up to 58 where we have this consolidation and 60 before we start reversing. Looking at NVIDIA here, we started to bounce. Now we got this indecisive candle like the rest of the market here at these highs, so we're looking for it to reverse. And then the other one, BA, Boeing. Again, we had this huge push up from the drop. And now we're having this huge gap down again. It's just massive craziness happening in BA. What it's showing here is we have this open area. We're starting to fill this open area, and it's looking like it wants to drop down lower. So our targets for higher is the high of day today or the low of day from Monday. So just watch out for that when you're trading BA. Looking at the rest of the stock on the cover, we covered Apple, ACB, AMD, KO, WBM. Never heard of WBM. We're going to look at the trade tab real quick. If we look here, open interest is only good at the money, volume way too low, so we're not going to cover that. We're going to skip that one real quick, and we're going to move on from there. Looking at KO here, we're finding some support here. Remember, this is our support zone for KO, for Coca-Cola here. We finally found that support, and now we're bouncing up. So just watch for it to slowly, in the long run, fill this gap here on Coca-Cola. So looking here, let's go back, AMD and ACB. Never heard of ACB. Looks like a cannabis stock. Looks like it's hot run stuff. But let's see, look at the trade tab real quick. Good volume, good open interest. Spread of about 10 cents, 5 cents. Not the best spread. It looks like it's really just determined on volume. So if volume steps up, watch for a move up. Again, we are forming this uptrend here. We are holding this line. So just watch for a break up higher above around, it looks like 830. Next one we're going to cover is AMD, Advanced Micro Devices. You can see here we have this bounce. Now we're pushing into this trend line here. This trend line will be our point of reversal. So if we can see that we push above this, then we'll be looking to retest 25. But if we can't retest this trend line, then we'll be seeing a breakdown lower. MO, CVS, so MOGE, and BABA. Looking here again, we're getting some resistance here at this 180 level. Watch for a reversal or watch for a breakup higher. Again, I can't really say much, but it's used to today's zone because we're not really at the highs and we're not really at the lows. We're in the middle, so we can break either way. MO, no idea what MO is, so we're gonna look at the trade tab real quick. Good. I guess the trade tab's pretty good if you're trading at the money. It looks like we have this inverse head and shoulders pattern. Now we're making our way up. We're finally above this resistance here, and then we got rejected. So I'll just watch for a further breakdown for, in the long run, a longer head and shoulders here. Looking for our shoulder, head, possibly shoulder here. I'll just watch for a pullback because this run has been a little bit overextended on MO. Let's see what else we got here. It looks like we have GE and CMG. So GE, General Electric here, we're starting to get that bounce, and then we're getting that reversal. Like I said around $10. $10 would be our mark. We couldn't hold above $10, so now we're getting that rejection. So now we should be seeing a continuation of that sell-off on GE. Now the next one we're looking at is, I forgot, I'm going a bit too fast. Looks like CMG, Apple, and BAC. So let's start off with CMG and then go to BAC. So looking here at Chipotle, if we can see here, we're actually starting to break those highs. When we're making new highs, what you want to watch out for on stocks is whole number dollar levels. So now that our high is 635.60, watch for 636, 637, 638. Watch those whole number levels, especially in between here, right? We respected 622, and just keep going up and watch that. So again, we are in an uptrend here in this stock, but we'll just watch for pullbacks and rejections at whole number points. After CMG, we have Bank of America, BAC. Again, we're still trading range bound here. We're starting to get up. We're kind of getting rejected into the zone. Watch for a reversal here on BAC if SPY starts to reverse as well. Shopify, MSFT. So we're looking at Shop here real quick. Shop is pushing up a lot. Again, with this so much pushing up and the two strong candles, and now we get this weaker candle, I would say expect a pullback to at least around 195 before we continue higher. Outside of Shopify, we also wanted Microsoft to be covered. MSFT. Looking here again, we kind of broke above this trend line again, which is good. We broke these highs. Volume is trying to come in here, so our next resistance point is going to be 116. So we'll finally start uptrending here to 116 on MSFT. Amazon and Tesla, and then we'll call it good. CLDR real quick, actually. Never traded this. Look at the trade tab real quick. Decent. I guess it's decent. Nothing I've traded before. But if you can look here, it looks like we have a lot of support and resistance coming into play here. It looks like we're in the middle of a zone here, so it looks like if we break up to this high side, watch for an eventual short. But right now we're in what is called no man's land, or at least what I call it is in the middle when you don't really know what's going to happen. Tesla here. Looking at Tesla, we now came back and refound some support here on 283, 282. So what we're going to do is we're either going to push up and fail and come through. So if we can't hold this 283 level, we're going to fall through and fall down further. If we can, we're going to push up higher up to 300. And I already covered Amazon through the FANG stocks. Just make sure that's everything. All right, guys, thank you for tuning in. Sorry for a quick one. Let's make it a green day tomorrow.